How's it going, guys? Apex Gaming here, and welcome to another Dauntless video. For today, I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite monster in this game, and that is the Deadly Shrowd. We'll be talking about him, his moves, his very deadly attacks, and just my overall impressions of this deadly beast. Now, to take the Shrowd on, you're going to have to be at the end game section of Dauntless. Him and Zaga are the last two behemoths you face, and honestly, it's really recommended that you come in with fully maxed out gear and equipment. For me, in this fight, I was extremely underprepared and undergeared. My equipment was all at level 5, and so I'm pretty sure once I, do this hunt again with fully equipped gear, it'll be a lot quicker. But you guys know me. I love a good challenge, and Shrowd definitely delivered. This guy can easily two-shot me, and he definitely packs a serious punch. I mean, even when you have your equipment maxed out, he still does a ton of damage, so you definitely have to keep an eye out for it. Now, I messed around with him, testing out different weapons and which weapon felt most comfortable taking him on with, and honestly, the axe was probably the best choice in my opinion. More importantly, using the Shock Jaw axe, because when you perform a level 3 vertical slash, it recovers a good chunk of your health, which is greatly needed, especially since, you only have 5 healing potions, and the combination of the Parastat as well as shown right now, that and the Ember Main Lantern, which gives you a 50% attack speed increase for several seconds, which is, technically in Monster Hunter terms, focus. That combination and the healing it's basically like a bread and butter combination, and it's can really help you in a very serious situation. So now we are getting into the interesting part of this fight. Once in rage mode, Shrowd puts a orb of darkness over you, which basically covers and blocks all sound. So you have to pay close attention and try to hear where he's located, because otherwise he could just try and ambush you from behind or some other direction. This attack only lasts for a little bit. I guess it uses Shrowd's energy a good bit, because after a while he's exhausted, and it leaves him open for a little bit, which is very good. He also has a deadly Shadow Clone attack, which he can spawn one in solo, but if you're doing a group hunt, it can spawn at least 2, or at least I've seen 2 Shadow Clones at once. Now, the clones don't have a whole lot of health, and you can easily proc statuses on them, just like one attack, especially with the Shockjaw axe or something with fire element. They're extremely weak health-wise, but they deal the same amount of damage as Shrowd. And in a lot of situations when you're soloing him, it can turn into a nightmare, because you can easily just get ganked by them. They can just easily team up on you, and it could turn a really solid hunt into a disaster in mere seconds. And his last and probably his most signature attack, I would call it the Death Orb. Or I'm not sure if there's an official term for it, but I just like calling it the Death Orb. He shoots his projectile, and it spawns somewhere on the map, or just a couple of feet away from him, and you have about maybe 10 to 20 seconds to destroy this orb, because if you don't, it basically explodes and covers the entire map. Like, no matter if you try to run away from it, and if you're going extremely fast, it's still going to hit you no matter what, and one-shot you. And the entire team if you're doing a group hunt. Now, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, but I've done like a ton of damage to the orb, and I'm thinking that maybe it was like one hit away from death, and it would still detonate. It would take all my health, maybe just leave me with 1 HP. I'm not sure if that's just a bug, or maybe if you deal enough damage it doesn't kill you, but we'll see. I'm not sure. When the Shrowd is near death, he likes to spam the Death Orb a lot, so you definitely have to keep an eye out for it. He also does the combination of shooting or sending out shadow clones and then shooting a death orb out, and it leads to some very intense moments, especially if you're, all by yourself, having to fend off him, the clones, and trying to destroy the orb before it nukes the entire area. This monster is just very intense, and I love it so much. But that's enough commentary from me. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the Behemoth fight, and if you guys have any questions whatsoever about Dauntless or the Behemoth in general, just shoot me a comment or whatnot. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Apex Gaming, and happy hunting everyone.